Kevin Flower. Does anybody know a Kevin Flower?
In crypto, speed matters, but trust matters more. At Caleb & Brown, you're never on your own. We connect you with your own personal broker and a 24/7 team, ready to help you buy, sell, or swap over 250 digital assets with one flat, transparent fee. No spreads, no slippage, no hidden costs. Get the best market prices through deep, aggregated liquidity executed by our professional trading desk. Your funds are secured with institutional-grade cold storage for total peace of mind. Track every move in real time with our intuitive client portal, anywhere, anytime. Whether you're trading as an individual, trust, or business, we give you speed, security, and peace of mind. Thousands of clients in over 100 countries already trust Caleb & Brown. Visit calebandbrown.com and start your personalized crypto journey today.
Disclaimer! Not financial advice! We're not liable for any personal financial decisions. This was meant to be for entertainment purposes only. Thank you. Coming on in. I'm just rambling, wasting time for Trent. He's almost here. Any second. I think I see him. Hello, Trent. I hear you. It's okay, guys. You gotta go get his pants on. He is going to be here. He is here. All right. And on that note, get ready for the most incredible crypto channel ever, Trent and Nader, and we have T-Square in the house, guys. This is the first time here today, and you like Trent wearing pants. Smash that golden like button for the pants. That's right. And also have a subscribe bell. Your ring-a-ding-ding and your ring-a-ding-ding.
I picked up the wrong beer. It was an empty can. So let me go fix that.
OMG, guys. An empty can. Can we do that in the most hydrated crypto community out on the interwebs? I don't know. What do you guys think of my new hat? It's pretty nice, huh? Is it on? I gotta make sure I got it on straight. I got it as an early Christmas present from my good old pops. Pops. I would totally still hype it, but don't even know what coin is bullish or in an uptrend. Well, I guess we'll just have to look into that for you, DZ. I mean, while we wait for Trent. Oh yeah, guys, I ring the ding ding and I ring a ding ding on the subscribe bell. You can find us over there on YouTube. I almost got the section. You can also find us over there, Kick and Rumble, and just grow all natural. And I see you over there on X. You can touch my heart, which happens to be not Trent's banana zone.
You like the hoodie?
What hoodie? No, Trent, we've been over this like at least 12 times now. I think you should wash it until her face starts falling off. But it's okay, Trent.
Back at you with the Cardano hat.
You don't like Cardano?
No, I said I'm back at you with the Cardano hat.
Oh, yeah, that's very good. I like that hat. That's a good hat, Trent.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a whole lot of news today, at least on my end. So I was just going to go into CoinGlass and cover the ETF.
I've got Caleb and Brown.
You want to cover Caleb Brown?
Yeah, sure. Let me.
Well, you need me to ramble while you pull it up?
Yeah.
Guys, the token unlock overview. What happened with the token unlocks? Optimism's coming out tomorrow. 1.7% of the remaining 10%. We have SWE coming up here shortly with SWE with a 1.5% coming up in the next couple of days. And then we have an unlock coming for looks to be like it right off the get-go. Kind of I spy any farther down. Those are like the Tansy. We traded that a few different times. Linnea. Why does Linnea ring a bell? I remember Linnea. I just can't remember where it's from. Check out the biggest gainers. I forgot mine too today, Trent. Elysian Space Dust, guys. I'm blowing out my Elysian. That sounds weird. I've never blown out an Elysian before, but I'm doing it tonight. Biggest gainers and losers. We have Tycoon, 42%. We have Sorrow Oracle. Is this another Oracle?
I think most things haven't moved, DZ. So,
unless you're one of these top gainers, Trent. DZ, go trade Tycoon. Trade Tycoon. It's going to go up another 100%. I have a feeling. Not financial advice. We have Canon Networks. That's been really hot, Trent. It's like 20% every day. I don't even know what this is. Recall, DZ. You put Recall on our map, and Recall is up 20% today. Forum's up 20%. GigaChad's up 10%. Franklin up 10%. Bless is up 10%. Is Bless getting on the move, guys? Is Bless on the rodeo, guys? If Trent had a 10x trade on this right now, he would be up 100% on his trade. We have Monad. We have Chile's coming out of nowhere, sweeping up some gains today. Golem, GLM. I haven't seen Golem since 2020 on Voyager. I didn't even know they existed.
I haven't seen Golem since Lord of the Rings.
Exactly. You know what's so sad?
Huh.
I was listening to a pirated version of The Hobbits the last 2 days. I found on YouTube. It was 2 months old, and I was like, dude, this is nice. I'm just gonna chill out, listen to this, and it's not AI generated, some guy's voice. And literally, I got halfway. I was like 5 hours into the book, and they pulled it off YouTube. I was like, it's been up there for 2 months, and now it gets pulled while I'm in the middle of it. Whiff is down 5%. So, guys, I need another platform to scam books. So, if you can think of one, let me know. I used to use Scribe, but Scribe stopped being free, and I was like, dang it, I don't want to pay for this. Zora down 7.5%. Maybe there's a Zora move coming tomorrow. Oh, Avanta's finally resetting too. Interesting. Avanta's down 8%. White Whale down 10. Has been a top gainers every day for like the last 2 weeks. Is it time to come down? And Kabuto, guys. Kabuto is in the duper. The duper whooper. Trent, let me cover this last segment and you can lead into Caleb Brown. Because that way I'm done with glass. Besides the liquidations, but I could do that later. Bitcoin ETFs, guys. Do we have an Uber or a downer today? Hey, we had a massive inflow today, Trent, for the Bitcoin ETF. We brought in $211 million, which I guess wasn't really massive, but it's pretty big. That's a pretty big day. We got HODL, Fidelity, Arkham, BitB, HODL, Fidelity, and Arkham brought in almost $175 million between themselves. Huge, massive inflow day for Bitcoin. Ethereum also had a pretty freakishly massive day. They brought in 70 million, which is one of the bigger days that they've had in a while. Wow. And that was Grayscale, mostly Grayscale, a little bit Fidelity. The Solana ETF. Bitwise about 3.9 and Grayscale about 1.3 with a total of 5.2. It's not huge, guys. It's not huge, but it's an inflow. We take inflow days. Check out XRP ETF. We had that outflow yesterday from Canary, not too much. And then we had Franklin Templeton buying 5.08 with Bitwise buying 10 million with a total of 15 million bucks. Not a bad day for XRP as long as it keeps beating Solana. I feel pretty good. I don't even see Cardano on there yet. Trent, when does Cardano come in there to play?
Well, in the ETF inflows, when it actually gets a ETF, a spot ETF.
It doesn't have one yet.
Well, it's part of the Bitwise 10 and it's part of the Grayscale top coins ETF or whatever. So it's in a couple ETFs that are sort of conglomerate that's shared between several coins, but no, the Grayscale ETF, GATA is not live yet. And
Well,
as far as I know, Grayscale is the only one with an upcoming ADA ETF launch. Now, we were told by Wally that Bitwise will be launching an ADA ETF, but these things are definitely in the works for next year, and I'd rather it be that way anyways. I'd rather it wait just a little bit for some of the bearishness in the market to run its course, and then bam, ADA ETF. So I don't know.
Am I reading this right, Trent? It's a strategy buy-in. Is this talking about MicroStrategies
Yes.
and how much they bought?
Yes.
Like the total holdings, the average cost. I've never even seen this before.
Yes.
MicroStrategies average cost is $74,997. Bitcoin acquisitions, the total Bitcoins holding is 672,000. That's a lot of Bitcoins, Trent. That's a lot of Bitcoins. Wow. They buy a couple times a month usually. Did they buy in Christmas? Oh, they did. They just bought today. Oh, they bought the day before yesterday.
Mhm.
Oh, look at that. They bought 109 million. Oh, they bought another 250 Bitcoin. So that's pretty cool. All right, Trent. Go ahead and. Oh, we're not live. Oh my gosh. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we are.
I was just testing you.
Oh.
I won, so it's okay.
We have commenters like. Of
Yeah.
course we are. Yeah.
You thought for a second though. You were like, oh dang.
Yeah,
I'm
you know what?
like
If we weren't, that was gonna kill my buzz. To be honest.
I've had days where I'm like talking to myself and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to hit the button. Oh, I guess I
Yeah.
gotta redo this whole thing. That's probably how Crypto Face feels, and like George and everybody who's done that. George said he just did that the other day. He went live and he forgot to go actually live. He hit like something else and he's like, man, I was talking for about 15 minutes. I was wondering why it was so dead, and he actually ended it or something like that. I had to reboot it.
Man.
Get that drive going. You're like, I was on a roll.
Yeah.
All right, you go ahead and talk. I gotta grab my heartburn medicine for my heart because I just went to Extopas, which you guys don't know what Extopas is. Jen definitely doesn't know what Extopas is. He doesn't live in the desert, but it's a local owned like Mexican restaurant, and they have wonderful fajitas and Mancho Muy Bueno burritos. So yeah.
Well,
yeah.
guys, Happy New Year from Mr. Caleb and Mr. Brown.
Is it New Year's for them?
Well, it is New Year's Eve for them.
Oh.
Yeah.
The letters are rolling. How they're like loading. It really messes with my OCD.
Ah.
I don't know why they chose to do it that pattern, but it grosses me out.
Tell us more. How does it mess with your OCD?
It's not loading alphabetically, and I'm like, why did they do what? Like, look at Cal. It goes Cal, B, and round. Hap New Year. Hap New Year.
What? How does it make you feel in your heart when you see it?
Why? Like, it's frustrating. Like I think it looks nice. If it would have been every other letter, I think it would have been way better. But like, they did this weird. It's like Cal Lee. No, it's Cal B E. I don't know. Look at Caleb. They just should. Okay, they did it. Should have did segments like Caleb and Brown. Caleb and Brown. New Year's, Happy New Year's, like that. Not like it's a ghost. Like, come on. Like, I don't know. I'm not raging on you, Caleb Brown, because we are partners with you, and I love you guys for being our first one. But it does. I think that it should have been more pretty.
Not everyone exists in crypto YouTube bro font, where everything is just like Hey.
It just looks.
Exciting.
Look at it. It looks like something I'd find on like a midnight commercial on like Cosby Show, and they were testing out some new artist. Like, it looks good. Like, I'm not trying to judge it, but from my
Yeah.
OTC point, I'm like, it bothers me.
Hey, have you watched oh sorry, you need to get your heartburn stuff. Have you watched Stranger Things?
I'm only on episode 4.5.
Of the new
Yeah, because after the show, we watch it, but I don't have enough time to watch a full episode because I've fallen asleep. So I get about 15 to 22 minutes a episode.
Well, I barely started episode 2, and
Oh my goodness. I can't wait to talk to you about it because there's so much stuff. I'm like, the story doesn't make sense right here.
yeah. Well, you know, because I didn't have a whole lot of time before we left to Ohio. We were doing all kinds of stuff like for church and the youth group, and you know, we stream every day. So like, you know, I was like
Every day and every night.
like I didn't have time before we left, but I got one episode in before we left. And now that we were home earlier, and Molly's, you know, she doesn't go back to school until after the break. We turned an episode on, so we're like into episode 2 now. But I saw on Facebook people are calling it gayer things because you know why, right?
I could take a guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess like those 2 girls, but also because of Will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, Caleb and Brown weekly roll up. Let's see here. Happy New Year from the team at Caleb and Brown. Thank you, team. As 2025 closes, the crypto, and sorry guys, I do still apologize. I am still wheezing a good amount, but I'm here. I'm going to get through it. So, as 2025 closes, the crypto landscape reveals a study in contrasts. While the year-end price action feels like a sobering reminder of market volatility, the structural progress made behind the scenes was historic. We have officially transitioned from a speculative frontier to a regulated global asset class embraced by sovereign nations and Wall Street titans. As we look toward 2026, the stage is set. If the industry can build this much momentum during a year of macro headwinds, how will it perform when global liquidity finally returns to the market? Let's take a look at the top stories in another extraordinary year for crypto. 1. The Bitcoin paradox. New highs, red finish. 2025 was a year of extremes, driven by institutional frenzy. Bitcoin surged past $125,000 in October to set a stunning new all-time high. However, euphoria was short-lived. A sharp Q4 sell-off, fueled by shifting macro sentiment, dragged prices back down. Bitcoin ends the year in the red, a stark reminder that even in a landmark year, volatility remains king. So guys, this is true. This is why this year is a paradox for Bitcoin. Hey, what's up over there on Kick across the Hudson? This is the Blockchain Brew Show, and you are here. So yeah, guys, this is true. This is like they said the Bitcoin paradox, and that's exactly the right way to describe it. Because even though we blasted past 100, well, not blasted, but even though we made it up to $126,000, numbers that are really, really wild for Bitcoin. You know, even, you know, in that same year of new highs, we're finishing the year red. And it just goes to show that the cycle is changing. And that idea, that concept should be your friend right now and not your foe, right? The concept that the cycle is changing, that should be a friend to you, because it means that we're probably not looking at another 4-year cycle bear market.
A 5-year cycle bear market.
Well, I don't. But that would place a real bear market in 2027.
Not necessarily.
Kind of.
Or can't you say this technically was a part of the bullish market, the bull market this year?
Well, a 5-year cycle theory. Look, if we're going into a prolonged bear market right now, all we had was a 4-year cycle with no altcoin season.
Just a Bitcoin season.
Yeah, but if we're going to posit a 5-year cycle based on a changing 5-year liquidity cycle, a changing 5-year debt cycle, then we actually have to say that the bull run is next year, right? And so, my point is, the idea that the cycle is changing should be your friend. Obviously it still has to happen, right? Nothing is guaranteed, but the idea of a changing cycle should be your friend right now, because it means that you may not be waiting until 2028 to get back in the right direction. We've gone over it all over and over again. You have a new Fed chair coming in. You have the return of quantitative easing. You have, altcoin ETF volume, the bulk of which will be next year, right? You have the Clarity Act. You have the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. All of these things are set to coincide with what would normally be a year of 70% correction for Bitcoin. And that just doesn't make sense at the end of the day. But if the cycle is changing, because the debt cycle has changed, because the macro has changed, because the macroeconomics have changed, well, if that's the case, then liquidity returning next year and seeing a bullish reaction next year, like a changing cycle is your friend, not your foe. So let's see here. The number 2, the altcoin season that never was. Traders spent 2025 waiting for an altcoin season that never materialized. Despite Bitcoin's mid-year strength, capital failed to rotate into smaller cap assets. Bitcoin dominance remained stubbornly high, staying above 55% for most of the year. While niche AI tokens saw localized gains, the broad market rising tide stayed elusive, forcing a local rethink of retail portfolio strategies. The Fed's Balancing Act. Macroeconomics dictated the market's rhythm this year. The Federal Reserve navigated persistent inflation and trade uncertainty, while 3 rate cuts provided brief liquidity windows. The higher for longer environment pressured risk assets. Tightening money supply in Q4 became the primary headwind that checked Bitcoin's rally, proving crypto remains deeply tethered to central bank policy. Wall Street's Phase 2. Institutional adoption evolved beyond ETFs in 2025. Firms like BlackRock shifted toward tokenized real-world assets, from T-bills to private equity. Wall Street began migrating traditional products onto blockchain. This shift provided deep liquidity and structural stickiness, ensured that even during price pullbacks, the underlying digital infrastructure continued to expand. The Great Clarification. 2025 brought much needed order to the ecosystem. The European Union's MiCA regulation became fully operational. I don't know what this is. I'm sure it's a European Union version of our Genius Act, but this regulation became fully operational while the U.S. passed the Genius Act, establishing federal rules for stablecoins. This regulatory maturity allowed global banks to scale digital asset initiatives, moving crypto from the fringes of finance into the heart of the regulated global economy. The security challenge, a $3.4 billion toll. Security remains a critical hurdle. Total stolen funds surpassed $3.4 billion in 2025, driven by sophisticated hacking groups in exchange breaches. Despite improvements in DeFi, social engineering attacks reached new heights. The year ends with an industry-wide focus on zero trust architecture and a more robust custody solutions to protect capital. With scams typically rising during the holiday season, please stay vigilant. We highly recommend reviewing our 4 security best practices article here. Remember, Caleb and Brown will never contact you asking for your cold wallet, passphrase, or seed phrase. As we head into 2026, our team is dedicated to providing the same tailored one-to-one service that defines Caleb and Brown. You can expect an even broader selection of tradable assets, pioneering new services, and the deep dive market research you need to stay ahead. Whether you are rebalancing your portfolio or positioning for the year ahead, your dedicated broker and team are available 24/7. We're here to execute your trades and provide guidance the moment you need it. Thank you from the team at Caleb and Brown, and thank you guys from the Brew Crew. So there you go. Like it you know, this was an interesting article to me because all of these things were really unprecedented this year. It's unprecedented to have, this kind of finish to such a green year for Bitcoin. It's unprecedented to not have an altcoin season in the post-halving year. The Fed, there's a lot to say about that. And then, Wall Street tokenization and guys, the Genius Act and the fact that the Clarity Act will be passed next year, but the stablecoin regulation we saw this year was monumental for the industry. So it's been when you get past, and I know it's hard to get past. It's hard to get past for me, and it's hard to get past for T-Square. Like we understand, we get it. But when you get past just the number go up fixation in the space, and you look past that, you start to understand how this year really was monumental for crypto. So there you go.
There you go. Chat, I was looking at some interesting data over here on CoinGlass. I know I said I didn't cover it, but I'm not going over the news. I was looking at the Bitcoin rainbow chart. If you look at the rainbow chart, Trent, you're like, dude, it literally just never had its top. It should have been right in here.
Right.
If you look at it, it literally looks elongated. Like nobody could have predicted that.
Right.
It really does look elongated. Look at it now. I'm trying to blow it up so you guys can see it better. I mean, it just looks crazy. I mean, it's at such a low point in its history. And then I was looking at another one that's kind of interesting. It's the fear and greed, which we all know, everybody knows fear and greed. Right now, 20% fear, which traditionally ends up being some of the best times to buy. Like, here's a really good time to buy, and here's a really good time to sell, up in the extreme greed. And then here we go down here, good time to buy, and extreme fear. Goes back up. You could have even sold right there. If you could have waited, you could have even taken some profits up over here.
Hey, so Molly's sister and her grandmother are doing something right now that you and I are very familiar with.
What's that?
Well, they are delayed at an airport. headed to California from Ohio. Why do you think?
Snow?
Yeah, they had to de-ice the plane, and the pilot had to
Oh man.
The pilot had to change. Hey, that's coming up here next week. Was when we met a year ago.
Is it real? It is. Whoa. I should get you something.
No, you shouldn't.
How about a hat?
You're good.
I could get you something. I just won't give it to you for a while.
Yeah.
It's an inside joke, guys. It's an inside joke.
Get me something by leading into the charts for a minute while I see what's going on with their plane.
Rain, snow, go away. We're actually looking at hyper right now, guys. If you're a hyper holder, which I know DZ is, there's currently a hyper holder. The one thing that I do like for it, well, I'll work backwards. Okay, the 15-minute, it's not my favorite. You do have a lower high, and we did bounce off the 2200 MA, and I hope we can hold about the 50 and the 21. Now, to bring in some likelihood that we can do that, this is kind of a bull flag. You know, we could break up. We do have some pressure to the downside on the 1 hour, but we are holding clearly above the 200, which is really nice. I kind of like that. I like how it's holding above the 250 and 21. And 21's kind of crossing and doing its thing. That's pretty good. It's slow and boring. That's true. Why would we look at the biggest gainers and losers? There was one in there. Now, the 4 hour hasn't fully clipped, saying it's going to go down, but it does kind of look like a little bit of trick where it could be possibly forming. The 12 hour, you got the green dot when number go up. You know, that's looking pretty good. We're expecting some sort of pump in the night. Very likely. We also have a green dot on the daily right here and right here. So it's also possible we get some sort of a movement going for it. Ever hasn't moved in 2 weeks since flatlined. I would give it a few more days. A few more, though. It looks pretty good to me, like it wants to move. Either that's just dead. I don't know. It looks like it could start pumping here pretty soon. Let's look at what was one of the coins that you were telling us about. Recall. Let's take a look at Recall. Right? Let's take a look at Recall. Oh, Tycoon. Actually, I kind of want to do that too. Do I have Recall saved in here still? RESPECT. It's what it means to Disney. Where is Recall? There it is. Weird. Why is the O right there? I'm going to move it right there. Right there. Recall. Look at that. DZ on the 5-day starting to wake up. Look at that on the daily. Money flow is coming in on the daily. It is snapping. Looks like there's some movement coming on in. It's getting above the 21. Can it get above the 50? The 12 hour has been hyped. Look at the money flow slowly been increasing, but now it's starting to wake up. Stochastics, RSI are starting to get some movement. You know, let's get that explosion. Let the woof, giant enormous candles start coming on in. 4 hour does look like a retest coming on in. We have a little bit of not bearish divergence. Possible red dot to cool off, come back down to the 21 before we decide if we want to keep moving and get the gas going. Get the gas going. The 1 hour has been cooling off a little bit. And the money flow is trending down, so it might come down a little bit before you get your perfect entry, and it can just go straight up from here from number go up. That's not looking bad. That's not looking bad, man. I had a really good day today. Take those wins. Another coin we should take a look at that we've never looked at is called Tycoon. Has anybody ever looked at Tycoon? Dino Tycoon. What is Tycoon? Well, let's take a look for it, yeah, and we could dive on in here. Let's scroll up. Do this with some T's, that way I don't lose my way around. Boop, right there. Right there. Nope, right there. There we go. Okay, cool. Tycoon. Now look at Tycoon. It's very similar to Recall, which is kind of odd. And it is starting to pump again on the 4 hour. That's something that Recall didn't have. It got above its 50 and it got above. We got another leg, Where's the 200 at? 200's up, way up over here. It could go to 19 cents theoretically. But that would be a move. Wouldn't that be a move? 19 cents, get a 3x on your gains, no more. The 1 hour, man, look at the 1 hour too. Came right back down to the 200. Actually came back to the 21 and the 200. Kind of broke right back above it. Could be making a double top. Could be making a lower high, but the money flow is still looking good. VWAP's still good. Stokes RSI looking good. Totally don't know anything about this coin, so it's just kind of like some raw data that I'm seeing. We come down to the 15-minute, you know, it'd be set, came down to the 50, didn't close down below it, came back up, touched the 21, came back down. Kind of just think we got above it. We're holding above everything right now, you know. The Stokes RSI and strength are trying to reverse. What's the 5-minute saying? I've been saying it still wants to kind of pump too. Is the 1 minute still looking green too? Hey, that's not bad. Look at the 1 minute. Even the 1 minute's gotten some green in there. It's been holding as the thing's been resetting. It looks like money flow is coming into Mr. Tycoon. Is the 12-hour saying looking good? Ooh, 12-hour looking good too. Jesus, take the wheel pattern. We came up above the 21. 21 having some strong curvature. Kind of looking like a double bottom, man, like a W pattern. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Could be some movement coming in for Tycoon, heading up to the 50 MA moving average. Not so bad. I was going to drop 20K and dog in me. That wouldn't be a possibly bad move either. I just have to look at it. I mean, that's pretty degen-y, though. I ain't going to lie. Watch you drop it in Doge instead by accident. Where's dogging me at? Dog in me. Woof. Sheesh. When it is beat down, it is pretty beat down. You know, some sort of support at some point in time. It was down here at one point in time. You are getting double green dots marking the bottom, you know, and you kind of have a little bit of soy sauce thrown in there. 1, 2, 3, 4 double green dots, 12-hour. Hasn't poorly clipped. What's the 6-hour say, man? The outflow's been so nasty on the 12-hour, dude. It looks bad, bro. You should buy it up. That way it comes back up and gets a decent, somewhat decent close before it gets dumped on. You know, you hate dogs. Yeah. You could be buying the bottom on this meme, or you could be buying the local top, and it's going to keep going down. I know how it works. Dogecoin. Dude, I don't know how it's still top 10 too. That's a really good question. It looks like it's getting ready for a move, though. I mean, look, it's firing off all sorts of signals on the 2-day. It wants to reverse. Get the weekly momentum. Just about to clip a green dot. Did we get, which daily close did we get today for Bitcoin? Bitcoin, here we go. BTC. We were drawing all sorts of crazy stuff last couple of days. We get the 5-day tomorrow. We get the month. Is the monthly tomorrow too? Monthly is tomorrow. Oh my goodness. New Year's Eve, we get the monthly close. That's freaking funny. The 5-day, we're holding above the 50. 3-day, we didn't get the close today. We are currently below the 200, which is not the greatest sign to see.
Looks like their next fight is the next fight they can get on is 5 in the morning tomorrow.
Are they sleeping there, or are they going to get a hotel?
Well, they gave them a hotel voucher, but I mean, it's Eastern Standard Time, so it's like, what time is it here? It's 11 o'clock over there, and the next flight is at 5. But like their 82-year-old grandmother is flying, and it's like, it's tough. It's like you have two options.
Yeah.
Either wait there in the airport or go get her hotel and then make her go all the way back through TSA.
Gosh.
And the next morning, but that's only what, 6 hours away from right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, they're almost better off staying.
I'd be like, you get me in a hotel. I'm 82 years old. I've put up with this crap my whole life. Like, I don't fly. Like, I'm like 82 years old. I'm like, I only sleep 4 hours a night. Damn it, 6 hours is plenty.
Yeah, I guess so. Sorry, what did I miss? Give me the Spark Notes.
Spark Notes is, I think we looked at Recall and Tycoon, and Tycoon, Trent, actually looks pretty good. Why does it look so good, Trent? Do you want me to explain to you why it looks good?
Yeah.
It's the biggest gainer of the day, so that's kind of like what put us on the instant radar.
Oh, sorry, DZ. You said, how much do you guys pay for health insurance a month? So when I worked at a truck wash, I was paying $70 a week for 2 people, for me and my wife. But my wife has a good job at the school district. She's a teacher, has her master's degree, and the particular district that she works for covers all of the healthcare costs. So
Don't get health insurance. It's a scam, DZ.
so they don't even take it out of her check or anything. And so yeah, like it's that's pretty
Good.
cool. Now I have considered. Now I'm just saying, DZ, because I looked into this before. There was a while where my wife quit teaching because the classroom was crazy. It's all working out good for her now, because the place where she works at now is just independent study. She doesn't have to work. Kids come in for one-on-one appointments. She doesn't have to run a classroom. It's pretty chill. But there was a moment in time where she left the classroom, and I was covering all the bills and our health insurance and stuff through my work at the time. But I did look into something called MetaShare, if you want to look at it. Now it does require you to say that you're a Christian, because it's I know it sounds crazy, but it's like, $52 a month. That's not bad. I was paying, I'm in California. I don't know if that makes it different, but I was paying
just walk into the hospital and say I'm homeless.
For real. But MetaShare, though, it does require you to say that you're a Christian, but the reason why is because it's not marketed as health insurance. And so because they don't call themselves insurance, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot you're in Cali. Because they don't say that they're insurance, they are allowed to only accept a certain clientele, and they also don't pay for gender reassignments. They don't pay for health care for illegal immigrants, regardless.
DZ, do you have to worry about gender reassignment? I'm just asking.
Well, but all of that makes the cost of your health insurance go up.
I see the building every time I drive to work.
But all of that makes the cost of your health insurance go up, is what I'm saying, because whatever your health insurance is paying for millions of illegal immigrants. And I actually have Kaiser too right now, DZ.
Hey, what's up, you guy from Twitch?
But yeah, so all of that makes the cost of your insurance go up, right? When they're paying for millions of illegal immigrants, when they're paying for other people's gender reassignments and all of this stuff, it makes the cost of everyone's insurance go up. But with MetaShare, it's a medical sharing program. So at the end of the day, it's the same thing. You're paying a premium and you have a copay, and you get, so much, you have a certain deductible. It's all the same thing. They just use different verbiage for it. But it is worth looking into if you are a believer and your conscience is okay with
lying.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to look into, MetaShare. But anyways.
So I was telling you, Trent, Tycoon looks pretty good because the 2-day money flow looks pretty good. It doesn't show a whole lot, but the daily right here, money flow's been coming in and it's just starting to rip. And if you look at the daily, it's a top gainer, up 60% today. That's, or 38%, I take it back. The 12-hour, you almost have like a Jesus take the wheel. You almost have a double bottom type move coming on in here. I'm like, you're breaking above the 21. If you can get above that, I would say the next floor is 15 cents, which is like a 2.5x, 3x from here. The 4-hour also is still, it could come down. There's no bearish divergence. VWAP did kind of come down, but if you look at it, it's still kind of pumping on the 4-hour. I mean, it still has a high. We could come back down, retest the 50 before we get a continuation. And the 1 hour is still, the momentum still kind of going, and the money flow still is increasing. I have no idea what Dino Tycoon is, but it doesn't look terrible. I mean, like, look at the 15-minute. We even have a double green dot, or a green dot. Stokes RSI all low, Trent. Strength is coming in. I mean, you should take a look at this. Like, even the 5-minute wall green candles right now.
Yeah.
Like, what does the trend catcher say on Tycoon? In the 1 minute, we have an anchor trigger wave.
I'll show you right now. Also,
show us this trend catcher.
Yeah.
And he's going to talk about gender surgeries with his trend catcher.
Well, one more thing though, DZ, you can always adopt a philosophy that I have, which is just, I don't go to the doctor. You know, if I don't go, I'm not going to find out anything's wrong. And then one day I'll die. But I'm going to die anyways. Right? It's appointed to men to die once and then the judgment, the writer of Hebrews says.
Exactly.
And the prophet Isaiah says, life is a vapor, you know? It's here today, gone tomorrow. Like you see vapor and then it disappears. It says life is like the grass of the field. It's here today, tomorrow it's thrown into the oven and burned. It's like the flower of the field that, you know, it's here and it's beautiful right now, and then it withers away in a short time, you know? So, yeah, I just don't go to the doctor because what's the worst I'm going to do? Die? Hey, DZ said, very true. We're all fucked anyways. Yeah, man, you know, like, like, look, part of me, I'm on this stream doing all this because it's fun for me, you know? Like, I do believe that we're going to be very successful with it. But, and I do believe that this show is going to become something big. But partly I'm on here because it's fun, and life is short, and you know, life is too short to not take your shot at some things. So there you go.
You can take your shot at me if you want, Trent. I'll probably tell you no.
Ooh, I'm okay. I don't swing that way. All right. So what's this ticker?
Tycoon.
Yeah.
T Y C 0 0 N.
Why would it be 0 0 N?
There's no 0 0, Trent.
Oh,
It's O.
got you. Well,
What time frame are you on?
daily.
Yeah, but you gotta really zoom in. Like, you have to take it all in. Like, all the time frames are just.
Yeah. So, okay, I can see I can see a move up here to the trend catcher. What worries me about along here though is that you have tweezer tops right here on the daily.
Yeah, but
and
look at the time frames. You can't just look at the daily.
And stochastic RSI is getting high.
Yes.
So there's the daily. Let me move down to the 4 hour. 4 hour. Look, we've had bullish action so far, but you know, we've had this blue X come in now, showing that the uptrend is losing strength, and then the stochastic RSI is very, very high on the 4 hour. It's up to like 100. And
Yeah.
and even look at
the
the
1 hour though. It's like it's still going. So do you think it's best time to do it short?
even the hyperwave is like very overbought. Is that the hyperwave is very overbought and the money flow is still red. So like, we don't even have green money flow, and the hyperwave is overbought. So how are we going to keep going without green money flow? You know, and then now I would say, like, I can see a case, you know, Lex Algo is drawing your trend lines here. I can see a case for, if the 1 hour looks good, I can see a case for a move up here like this to this upper trend line, you know, and then let me expand this for you. I'll move up here to this upper trend line, which would be that would be a big move. It would be a big move because you've got a 005 to a 007, like, you know, that would be a 24% move because this thing is obviously volatile. But I'm just not sure you're going to squeeze it out. So let's look at the 1 hour. And then we come to the 1 hour and I find we're currently underneath a sell signal on Lex Algo. And on the 1 hour, these trend lines are already showing a failed retest of the upper trend line, right? You have a failed retest right here where this long upper wick, this long wick reversal happened right here. It pierced into the red bullish reversal cloud, and it gave it all back. And so the idea that we're going to just blast up into now I will say Stokes are low on the 1 hour, but the way everything else is acting shows me that the Stokes are going to either turn back over, or they're going to get high again without the price necessarily doing anything crazy to the upside. Yeah, I don't like a long, personally.
But if it did play out, big moves.
If it did play out, yeah, let me go back to the 4 hour. If it did play out, like, you know, look, just the move to this upper trend line, 25% on some 4 hour candles. So yeah, I mean, if it played out, you know, fantastic play, but
everybody bet the farm on it. Everybody does it. We can't lose.
I'll bet my cat on it.
Oh yeah, you should bet your cat. I'll bet you my cat to your cat.
You don't want my cat.
Is your cat an outside cat or inside cat?
Inside cat. Well, clearly, but
okay, let's go potty.
You don't want my cat though. My cat tries to wake you up and jump on your head at 3 a.m. if she's hungry. She's also like low-key kind of aggressive. Now, to be fair, also, I'm not a cat person, I'm a dog person. This was the cat that my wife had before we got married, so I had to accept the cat, guys. I was forced to accept the cat. I am not a cat lady, okay? I am not.
A cat man.
Hey, it's 2025. I can be a cat lady if I want to be a cat lady.
Not if you have Medicare.
Yeah, not if you have Medishare. You can. If you have Medishare, you can't afford your gender reassignment surgery. If you have Medishare, you better hope that Typhoon or Tycoon or whatever this coin is.
Did you ever see that?
You better put in 100x long on Tycoon,
Yeah.
so you can afford your gender reassignment surgery.
Did you ever see that TikTok where the officer pulls this guy over? And he's like, I need your ID. He goes, I don't have an ID. I identify as a cat. And the guy's like, yeah, he's my owner. He's like, is that why you're wearing a collar? He's like, yeah. He's like, why didn't you get out? He's like, that's offensive, sir. He's like, hey, you know what? Like, his guy he had no bullshit type of attitude for this guy. He's like, just so you know, if you're a cat, you can't legally drive a car. Now, if you are a cat, I will take you down to the veterinary's office, and we take stray cats and they get neutered. Is this what you want to do? We'll go here today if this is where you want. So he's like, I need your name and I want your ID. Conversation shut down.
What state was that in?
I don't know, but the officer had his bullshit meter was empty that day. He like, I am not getting in the.
That officer can probably get away with that though in like Texas, Louisiana,
Ohio.
Alabama. You know.
Did you see all the Somalis that are in Ohio right now? They're being hit with that fraud stuff.
Dude, wait. Okay, so what fraud stuff? Now I haven't
stuff in Minnesota.
They what?
Same stuff in Minnesota.
Oh, which is what exactly?
Oh, there's so much of it. I mean, a lot of it's just like the schools. Like, they're like, we have 100 kids here. There's no kids. No windows. 100 kids here. No,
yeah,
nothing.
Right. Well, so a lot of those like back when the election was going on, and there was the whole thing about the Somalians eating people's cats.
No, that was Somalians. Those are
Haitians. Dang, that sounded racist of me. Because I just confused Haitians with Somalians, and I don't mean it to sound like that.
Honestly, Trent, I wouldn't be able to tell them apart. And I'm not trying to be a racist either. I just don't see them enough. I just don't. It's like with me going to the different, like China, Vietnamese, North Korea, South Korea. I couldn't tell them apart. I just know. I'm not trying to be a jackass, but I'm like, if I put them in a lineup, I wouldn't be able to say who's who.
Yeah, I might be able to tell because with the Koreas because, okay, guys, here's what I did during the last bear market. I watched zero crypto YouTube except for BitBoy, but anyways, I was bored with the market, right? So I just hodled my bags and I was off of crypto YouTube, and instead I was on a North Korea deep dive for like a year and a half. And if you've ever seen a girl named Yeonmi Park, who tells her story about
on Joe Rogan,
yeah, she tells her story about how she defected and crossed the border into China and eventually made her way across the Gobi Desert into maybe Mongolia or whatever, and then they were able to send her over to South Korea as a refugee. It's wild stuff. Anyways, he said, "Oh, she was a very sweet girl. So sad." Yeah, exactly. I
was listening to her and Joe Rogan, and she talks so quiet. I was like, Joe Rogan's like, hey, 1 second. He's like, turning her up so he could get her here. Like,
yeah,
that was very bizarre. I was like, I wonder if that's like a her North Korean thing, or if that's just if that's like, I don't know.
I mean, the amount, just the sheer amount of stuff that she went through, like, man, it's probably produced a really, timidness in her mannerisms and her social.
She was a teenager, right, when she escaped?
Yeah. Escaped into the Gobi Desert was.
Where's the Gobi Desert at?
It's the southern part of China.
Wait, I only asked you because you live in the desert, so I wouldn't.
The southern part of China headed into Mongolia, wherever borders it. But she tells this story. Sorry if this is going to be graphic, but she tells this story about how she in North Korea walked past a young boy who was like starving to death. And when people actually starve to death, she was talking about how the skin on his back actually started to separate, and maggots were eating him while he was still alive. And man, hearing her story, I don't always say it that graphically from the pulpit, because I am a Christian preacher, but hearing her story like made such a big impact on my life, and the way that I preach, like here in the Western world, in the United States, like, guys, life is not all about us and our comforts and our happiness, and it's not about us like getting all the things that we want when we want them. Like, God does not exist for us. We exist for him. And I know that the very things that I just said seem like they are at odds with the existence of a benevolent God, right? Like, but God has an appointed end in his mind and in his heart for suffering and injustice in the world forever. Revelation 21:22, it says there'll be no more pain, no more tears, no more sorrow, and he'll wipe away every tear. And it's called the second coming of Jesus. And I don't know. Like, when I preach in churches now about justice and about the second coming, like, I make sure to tell people that life is not about you and your comfort. Like, there is real pain going on in the world around you that you have never felt here in the United States. And man, we should all long for the second coming of Jesus, and for all the wrong things in the world to be made right. And yeah, anyways, I could go on and on, but yeah, her story impacted me so much. It says my landlord is a crazy Christian, but the mother effer acts like a Jew sometimes. Fool owns seven homes, multi-million, and gets mad when I'm like 2 days late on my rent. It's such a, probably because he's been fed, and now I don't know this. I mean, I guess he has a right to, want rent to be paid on time, right? Like, but I don't know this about him personally, but like, it's
Just
not
threaten him. Just threaten him. Say, "Hey, man, if you can't keep this up, I'm gonna pay you for 6 months."
It's not a leap for me to think that like that he acts this way because the gospel that he has bought into is no gospel at all. It's not. It's probably not the gospel of the Bible. It's probably not the gospel that the Apostle Paul preached. It's probably the gospel of health and wealth. Life is about you, and God exists for you. God exists to procure your pleasure, your happiness, and your success, rather than you existing for him. And I mean, any Christian that lacks grace and long suffering and gentleness and meekness and the fruits of the Spirit, he says, "Oh, he's deep Christian guy, wears Bible verses on his shirt. And when I let him know I paid him, he always texted me back, God bless." Yeah, I'm sure, but I'm just saying, if he was just to be shrewd, like if he's being a dick about things or whatever, and if he's a multimillionaire, I don't know of a lot of multimillionaire Christians who are
Not
legit. Yeah, like, and by the way, I don't think it's impossible. Like, I'm in crypto for a reason. I have aspirations to be very financially successful, right? And to be certain, there are wealthy Christians who give large sums of money every year to the poor, to Bible translation, to all kinds of things. But by and large, yeah, he owns 7 homes in the Bay Area. Each house is 1.4 million average. Like, that's the thing. Like, Jesus said it's hard for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. Like, the rich man
you think he's gonna have those homes in 20 years? I mean, how old is this guy, right? You know, you can't take any of it with you.
Right. Like, you know, Jesus asked the rich man, the rich man asked Jesus, "What must I do to enter the kingdom?" Jesus said, "Sell everything and give it to the poor." And, you know, the point was that when truly confronted, the man loved his riches more than he wanted to follow Jesus. And I think that that's the story for most filthy rich American Christians.
What do you think about the story when it's not Abraham, but it's who is it where he goes out? I know not David. Is it Jacob? The story of Jacob, and he's all like, he works 7 years, gets one daughter, works another 7 years, gets the other daughter the $1 he wanted, and then he goes, I want to go like leave and, you know, be paid for my stuff, and their dad's all like, well, I'll tell you what, you could go have all the black spotted goats out there, and the field goes, oh, I got a good idea, and he's like, let's mate the black goats with the white goats, and then I'll get all the goats. It's like, that was a pretty shrewd business deal. You know what story I'm talking about?
Yeah, for sure.
Is that Jacob? That's Jacob, right?
Yeah, Jacob with Rachel and Leah.
Yeah. That always story confused me, Trent, because Rachel, the good one, she was always like trying to steal her dad's idols and take them with her. I'm like, that doesn't seem like a good thing to do.
Right.
Which clearly she got caught at some point because it's in the story how she did it. I'm like, well, whatever happened to it, you know? Because she was all like, he's like, I'll give me back my idol. And she's like, we don't have it.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's a lot of those situations in the Old Testament, the Tanakh, the Hebrew scriptures, like, you know, there's a difference between description and prescription. Just because the text describes something happening doesn't mean that that we should do that sort of thing. You know, we shouldn't work for a man for 7 years and then 14 years afterwards and then we get one daughter, but we really want the other daughter, and we work another 7 years to get both of them. Like, you know, I
didn't want the one.
Yeah, just because the text describes something happening doesn't mean that it's prescribing that as something we should do. And so it's interesting though how you know, Abraham is another example of this. Like, instead of trusting God for Sarah to give birth, he has intercourse with Hagar, with the servant, with the housemaid, and
with his wife's permission.
Yes, but that doesn't make it right. Like, and the consequences of that were huge, you know. And so, you know, just because the Old Testament describes, you know, men having multiple wives and stuff doesn't mean that it's prescribing that. But yet God worked through humanity. God worked through human messiness, human failure, even through mankind's sin. God worked through all of it to bring the Messiah from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's lineage. And so even though Jacob, you know, worked, 7 years for two different women and all of that, even though Rahab was a prostitute turned spy later, she's marked out in Jesus' lineage. And even though all of this stuff happened, God brought forth his eternal son into human flesh through a line that was messy and messed up. And you know, that's the gospel, because if God can't do it through them, if God can't do it through Israel, with all of her baggage and sin and human messiness, if God can't bring forth his purpose through them, what makes me think he can bring it forth through me? Right? So it's actually a picture of the gospel. But anyways, this show turned a little different, but that's fine. We've got low viewers anyways. DZ's probably like, hey, like let's get the new year on with it so we can get back to to more regular content here. But
well, let's wrap it then.
Yeah.
Thank you, DZ, for coming on in to help supporting the channel. Looks like you might be our #1 regular because Daily and D.U and DCA didn't show up and say hello to us today. So you might be the new #1 guy out there.
Hey, what's up, D.U?
Oh, there he is. There he is. I knew he was out there hiding.
Hey, was Daily on while I was gone?
D.U's question mark. I didn't see you. We were here the whole time. You didn't say anything, right? Did you see anything, Trent? Or am I just going crazy?
Hey, I don't know. What was Daily on while I was gone?
No. Daly's been on vacation.
Oh, he's been on vacation. Yeah. See, that seems
He's like, I'm out, dude.
This time of year.
Not you. Well, let's just wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much, for all the local support from all areas. It's fun, man. We can come on here and just BS and hang out and just have a good time. Thank you, Muffet. Thank you, D.U. Thank you, DZ. Thank you. Get somebody over on Twitch. A couple people from Twitch. Gostink. Mr. Gostink. Man. Hat don't count. He really wanted to know how tall I was. I'm not telling you how tall I was, but I'll tell you what, if you come to a meetup and we work something out, we could do something.
Muffhead, I have no clue about any of this.
What we got? Across the Hudson. Thank you for coming on in from Kick today. Man, we are popping over there today. Miss Amelia and Real Meta, thanks for coming on in. What did Muffet say about bananas? Hey guys, can you teach me how to apply for a daycare center? I'm really get legally get a Star Wars name help. It makes a helper. Was working. See you next time, dude. It's okay, Dina. Yeah, I'm just kidding. What are you doing right now, working so late at night? All right, tell me later. It's okay. We'll catch you guys on the flippity flop. Peace. Trent, we have the greatest community out on the interweb. They're all hydrated, hard workers, and they're a great team.